So last night I was talking to my husband and I was sharing with him how overwhelmed I've been lately. And I say lately, but I feel like I'm always pretty overwhelmed. Just the mental load of having to remember so many different miscellaneous little tasks. Don't forget to put the clothes that's in the washing machine in the dryer. Don't forget that Friday is show and tell day and you have to make sure that your daughter brings her dress like a bear outfit, and it's just all the little random things on top of the big life things, like trying to show up for your friends and your family and just all these big and little things. And I'm really good at doing a checklist, but then it gets to the point where the checklist gets so long that it's almost unfathomable unfathomable that you're going to be able to get it done. And then, of course, for me, I check some stuff off and then I move what I didn't get done onto the next day's priorities. And then some things just keep rolling because other things pop up in the interim and take precedence. It makes me think about when I was a kid and I was so obsessed with turning 18 because I wanted to be old enough to move out. And I'm not saying that I had an easy childhood because I did not. Looking back, I still wouldn't say it was easy, but I can say that I understand a little bit better about the way my parents raised us. I'm not going to go out and say that I necessarily agreed with everything they did or how they did it, but I can say that I understand. That's a whole nother that's a whole nother video. And we'll get there one day, but that day ain't today. Um, so I say all that to say I do feel as an adult, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way. I do feel now that as an adult, where I'm approaching 40 in a couple months, that I feel kind of robbed of my childhood because I did wish so much of it away, trying to get away from my house. Um, and now that I'm an adult, I'm like, why did I even want this? Like, I wish I could go back and tell younger self, like, try to enjoy it. Try to enjoy it. Because it's ghetto out here, for real. It's so ghetto. The bills, for starters, nonstop. And what irritates me, one of my pet peeves, is when I check something off my list and somehow it ends up back on the list. Like, for example, somebody tells me they need a file or a document for whatever purpose. I send them the file and they're like, oh, it didn't come through or it's the wrong one. And I'm like, now I have to do it again. I got to go through all the steps again. I got to find it, download it, send it. Like, and that's just like an example of like maybe work related things or project related things. But if I check something off my list, it's dead to me. Like, we're done. I don't want to ever see you again. And I think I just touched my mic. I don't ever want to see you again. You're off my list. But when they come back and I'm like, I am still drowning and now you're back. It just does something to me. Like eye twitch, like level of like, I can't believe this is happening. Um, you know what I fantasize about? I promise it has to do with what we're talking about. Um, I fantasize about like those people that can afford to go to those like rehab facilities. And I don't mean like for like drugs and stuff or alcohol. Like I'm not talking about that. Although that no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like like those retreats where you can just like go off the grid and you're not allowed to use your phone. That sounds so nice. That sounds so nice. That's the level of success that I'm trying to get to. That I can unplug and go to a wellness retreat and do some like yoga or some shit. Like that sounds glorious. You know, just me fantasizing about a retreat, a mental health retreat on a random Tuesday. I know y'all feel me on that. That sounds really nice. Like, but those people that can afford that, I'm low key jealous a little bit. I think as a mom and a working mom, and I'm not even a single mom, so shout out to y'all that can do it. I don't know how you do it. When people tell me they have more than one kid, I'm like, just wow. Just wow. Good for you. Or Godspeed, because ain't no way. Not for me. Not for me. I struggle mentally with just one. I cannot imagine. I remember my mom being like, why don't you have more than one? This is going to sound a little unhinged, and honestly, it very much is very unhinged. She was like, if something was to happen to the other one, you would still have. I'm like, what, a spare? Like, I don't think it works like that, ma'am. The old school mindset needs to be studied. Because what are you even saying? You think you're just like, oh, it's fine. Fine. We still have one more. Anyway, what is this video even about? Um, it's been a few days since I've recorded, so it was really important for me to come on here and let y'all know where my mindset is and maybe talk it through. But it's been really hard. Like I said, I'm trying to show up for friends and be a present mom and do my best at my job and not forget to make dinner and pay this bill. And I feel like I need an assistant. I feel like I need an assistant. I fantasize about that too. I need an assistant and I need a wellness retreat for like a week. How do we make that happen? At the end of the day, that's what mental load is. You never really get done. Things come off of your checklist, and then five things take its place. I think we're carrying way too much as people. I think we're carrying way too much as people. Male, female, other, whatever. I think every single person is carrying way too much. And I think that's why we have so many mental health issues. Because, like, once you become an adult, there is really no pause button. Like I said, I'm not coming on here and acting like I got it all together. My problem is I probably think too much. I'm very analytical, and that might be my issue. You know what's funny too? Like, some days I'm really on top of it, and I feel like I'm knocking things off my list and killing it. And then other days I'm like, I'm drowning, SOS. Send help. Lifeline. Let me know if you guys feel that way right now. Maybe it's just like the time of year. Tax season is done. We're approaching summer. We yearn to slow down because now it's the summer and people go on vacation. And if you're working and you aren't taking vacations, then it just all runs together. And if you have kids, you're starting summer camp. And again, it's just nonstop. Let me know what you guys think. Or if you're worried about my mental health. Because I am. No. Honestly, I don't even know what this video is about other than me kind of like unraveling a little bit. Thanks for being here. This may not get posted. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye.